Hi, welcome to this short video tutorial. My name is Diamond Oko and I am an entrepreneur. That's how I like to describe myself. I don't like to call myself a lifestyle coach or a life coach or a brand coach or personal, none of those things. I simply describe myself as an entrepreneur mainly because I'm also in the process of building my journey, and everything that I'll be sharing with you today in this video tutorial are simply things that I'm currently trying out that have been showing me results, and things that I've tried out with my other businesses that have really worked well. So first off, who am I and why should you listen to me? Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was in second year, started it, failed. The second one failed, and then the third one was the one I started with my business partner and friend. And we were able to also add one more business to that, but we made a lot of mistakes. Even I think we hit about ₦1 million 6 months into our business, and in 2 years we struggled to double that. And eventually we had to pivot. Pivot means that you have to turn away from what you were doing and try something else. And at the end of the day, we just got to a point where we're like, you know what, we're going to shut this down for now. Maybe in the future, we'll come back and try it out again. Why is someone that has failed at business sitting here and trying to tell you some things that would help you grow your revenue? Simply because a lot of people tell you things that work and things that, they've read in papers and things that they've watched in videos. Most of what I'm sharing with you are things that I've tried, tested, and have worked. Also in the process of building my business. It's not something that I read in a newspaper or something that I watched in a video, okay? And the second reason is that most of the things I'm telling you are things that I didn't do that ended up leading me to make mistakes, and things that I did that cost me my business. And I'm telling them to you so that you can avoid doing those things and you can do the ones that I didn't do and grow your own business, your revenue, your customer base, yeah? Okay, great. So let's dive right into it. What is this class about? This class is simply about showing you how to use content marketing to grow your business, your customer base, and your revenue. That's to grow your business. So many times, or oftentimes now on Instagram in Nigeria, you hear a lot of business coaches and startup coaches telling you, to add value for your business or add value to your customers via your business, and you watch your revenue grow. And I get a lot of people asking me questions and saying things like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to apply adding value to grow my business. I don't even know how to add value. Can you help me? And this is what made me create this very short video to show you exactly how you can create actual value for your customers and how you can use the value that you have created to increase your revenue and to grow your customer base. Now, why is it that value that you have created could actually do this for you? It's pretty simple. Is that customers tend to trust people who have shown them firsthand that they know what they're doing. I mean, people generally, if you are asked to go meet someone to do your hair, and this person tells you that, they have made so many people's hairs and they know how to make hair and all of that, and then you're like, can I see a video? I mean, you're like, okay, let me use a different example. Imagine you go to the market to make your hair, or you go to a salon, and there are two people seated in the salon, and one person tells you how good they are at making their hair and how excellent they are at making their hair, and they talk about it, they say all these wonderful things, yay them. The second person starts telling you, first of all, I'm great at making my hair. And then they start to talk about, your concerns. Your concerns could be things like, I don't know the hairstyle I'm going to make. I don't know what hairstyle will fit me. I don't want my front hair to cut. They start telling you those things. And then they go ahead to, tell you that you have, in my own case, an oval face, and that center pattern or side pattern or this hairstyle will be perfect for you. They show you pictures of people that they've already done their hairs for, or just pictures of people online that have the same face shape as you. And as you look at those pictures, the face shape looks exactly like your own. And then they explain why your front hair can cut when people are making their hair and what they're going to do to prevent that. Which of these two people are you likely to go to do your hair for you? Most likely the second person, who took the time to tell you a lot about the business, to answer some of your questions even before you started asking them. And as you asked them, they were willing to answer. they provided you with a lot of value. And that is exactly why adding value is super, super important for your business. Adding value helps you build trust. That's the first one, and it's the most important one. It immediately tells a customer, guess what? I am the best person for this job because I know what I'm doing. The second reason why adding value is super, super important, and why it's so helpful, is that it helps you build brand customer loyalty. And what this means is that customers are very fickle. There are lots and lots of other businesses that are going to come around that could be doing what you're doing or offering to do what you're doing for them at a cheaper price. And if all your business has over all these other competitors is price, then darling, they're going to walk away from your business and go to the one that's offering them a better price. But when you add value, what you're doing for the customer is you're giving them more reason to stick with you than just price. I don't know how many of you say things like, oh, I know there are cheaper places where I can get this product, but I'd rather buy the one I've been buying that has been working for me. In this case, what the customer tends to say is, I'd rather go to someone who I trust and who is continuing to provide, help for me to solve my own problems, even without me paying them for the extra information. Simply. So this person is choosing value over price. They will look at somebody that has a cheaper product and they will say, I don't want that product, I want this one. I'm used to this one, they are amazing. The third thing that adding value does for you is that it builds goodwill for your business. Even if people come to your brand or come to your brand page and they go through your content and they go through your web link and they find all this value, but they don't immediately make a purchase, these people tend to go ahead to become great referrals or to give great referrals for your business. They go ahead and tell people, oh, I found this brand that's awesome online. They do what they do. They know what they're doing, even without them paying you yet for those things, because they've gained so much value from you and they're going to tell other people who could afford to pay about you. I'm going to give you a pretty good example. Neil Patel, who is a huge influencer when it comes to marketing online, was trying to grow his brand earlier on in his career. And what he did was he reached out to all these huge influencers in the business and just met them and said, I want to create a website for you and help you increase your traffic by 30%. And I will do it all by free, or all for free rather. And this influencer was really surprised, the first one that replied him and said, okay, fine, take your shot and do it. And he did it for the influencer. He created this website, increased their web traffic by 30%, and they were super excited. What did this person do? They didn't pay him for doing the job, but they did so much more. This person went around telling all their big friends who worked at huge companies, telling all the people who are working in the same space as him that, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy is pretty good. See what he's done for me. See the results that he's brought in. And when they heard those things from this influencer, they came back to Neil and said, Neil, this guy told me what you did for him. How about you do the same thing for me? And Neil said, I could do that for you. This is how much I charge to do this. This is how we're going to go about it. And because they've heard how wonderful he is, they decided to take a shot with him. So there you have it, the three things that adding value could do for your business. The first one is it builds customer trust, it builds brand loyalty, and it creates goodwill that comes back to your business, in the form of referrals from all kinds of people, yeah? Okay, so how then do you create value? This is the second question that people ask me. How do you create value? It's pretty simple. Look at all the questions that, all the problems rather, or the pain points that your target customers have, with your kind of product in your industry, or even products that are related to your kind of product or complement your product. For example, if you are someone who's trying to create a savings app, you could look at the challenges that customers have with saving, and you could decide to say, take for example, people who are very extravagant and don't know how to control their spending. You could create a simple worksheet or ebook or just a 5-page guide on a method for them to use to curb their spending. You could show them how to automate their spending and how that would actually help them. How many people do you think would read this type of thing and gain value? That's the big question, and lots of people would do that. So look at the pain point of your target customers in your industry and go and solve those problems for them, and then offer it to them for free. It's that simple. Don't try to say 50% off or 30% off or try to sell an ebook. Make it free. If you're a backseller, for example, tell them, I have this backseller on Instagram who constantly points out the width of the bags and trying to say, oh, this is a small, mind the width when you're trying to purchase. But not many people know how to understand width. How about create a video, put it up on your IGTV channel and show people exactly what width belongs with which bag, help them to differentiate between fake leather and real leather, help them to choose bags that would last longer and the ones that won't, and just things like that, So it's all about what are the problems your target customer faces that you can solve for them that are in relation to your, your product and your industry, and do it for free. The more they see that kind of content, the more they learn from you without having to pay, the more they trust you, the more you build brand trust, the more you build customer loyalty, the more you build goodwill for your business and for your brand, okay? So that's how you do it. You could also ask me again, but I don't know exactly how to find out these things. There are pretty easy ways to find out. You could use surveys, set up survey questions for your customers. So how do you use surveys? It's basically asking customers or your target customers questions regarding issues they have with your product. Now, not necessarily your product. Take, for example, the bag customer can set up a survey and ask them questions, the issues they have with their bags, maybe maintenance, shopping for affordable bags, differentiating between fake and real leather and things like that, and set up a survey around that. So when setting up the survey, there are certain things that you have to take into consideration. The first one is that you have to make sure that you're using open-ended and closed-ended questions. So don't just use questions like yes, no, or ask people to describe this or describe that. Wrong. You have to use a combination of both of them. Secondly, as I advise a lot of people creating surveys, is to use surveys that ask questions and have answer options rather, like strongly agree, strongly disagree. So here's an example. The bag seller could ask this question, finding good leather bags or separating fake leather bags from original leather bags is a big problem for me. And then the answer options would be strongly agree, neither here nor there, disagree, strongly disagree. So people can then, based on this, this answer option, choose the level to which this is a huge problem for them in the bag shopping industry. This would also tell you how important or how pressing this problem is. Another way or another style to add to your survey would be to use rating and ranking. So you could create a list of all these problems. You could, create like spotting fake leather bags from real leather bags, how to make my expensive bags last longer, where to buy affordable bags online, how to shop for designer bags on a budget, things like this. Yeah, so you could create them and then ask the customer to rank these according to the level of importance of what they want you to answer for them or what they want you to help them with. And so in doing this, customers can also painlessly show you what they really want from you in terms of value and how you can add that value for them. Excuse me. And so the tool I find to be most useful in creating actual functional surveys would be SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey.com, actually, their website, they have like amazing website with lots of survey options, rank, rate, open-ended, closed-ended, image questions that you can use to get all this data from your customers. Another way you can find out pain points would be just to ask them on Instagram. You can go on your Instagram account and ask the question, what is a major problem you have with the bag shopping industry that you want me to help you with? You never know what, and then try to elaborate more about what you're asking them in the caption. And you never know who's going to answer the question and, give you like, hey, this is what I'm really dealing with now. Can you help me with this? Okay. So you could do that and try to collect all the data regarding this, the problem. Another very, very exciting tool that I found recently, I shared with people on my Instagram handle, would be answerthepublic.com. Great tool. So how this tool works basically is that you go to the website, answerthepublic.com, it opens up, you go down to the place where you have example dresses, shoes and stuff like that, and you type in a keyword for your brand. So the bag seller could say bags, bag shopping, and maybe just say bag shopping, yeah? And then click on get started or search. I don't know which one they use. And once you click on that, a new screen, like the screen will load, and as you scroll down, you're going to find this round wheel that shows you all the questions that people have asked about your industry on Google over the years. So you can just like look at all these questions and start to create tons and tons and tons of content around those things for people. When it comes to creating value content, it is very important that you understand what you're talking about, that you know what you're talking about. It's not all Google and paste. If you're going to do Google and paste, then make sure that it's indicated, you know, this is Google and paste, this is not my own. I publish a ton of articles on business. Most of my own personal articles are written from my head based on my own experiences. I do my research, but it's never Google and paste. It's not from someone else's story. It's mostly from my own experiences. Now, when I want to cite someone else's article, I screen grab those articles, put them on my Instagram, and then I link them, like I link people from my bio to those articles so they can go and read the whole thing rather, on the website. So it's the same thing with you. If you don't, have the knowledge about those problems, doesn't mean that you cannot create the content. Just go on Instagram, check or search for actual solutions to those problems, and then post them for your people and write an interesting caption about what you're posting. And you're going to find tons and tons of people would actually derive content from what you're creating for them. So this is one way. And then for the ones that just create the content from scratch, okay? So tools that could help you create this content, I use Adobe Spark Post. It's a wonderful app for creating my write-ups. So if you want to write tips, but you kind of don't want to, if you don't want to put it in a caption, you just want to put it in slides, it's a wonderful post to do it. I use Adobe Spark Video to create videos of what I'm trying to build. If I'm trying to do a DIY and split them into different groups, I find it to be super, super useful. But mostly I use it for inspirational videos and things like that. I use eDownloader. For people who have iPhones, you could be struggling to download videos from the internet for your target customers or for people on your page. eDownloader is a wonderful app for you to use and download all kinds of video resources from anywhere on the internet, as long as they have a link. All you have to do is open eDownloader when you download the app, and then go to wherever you want to download the video from, copy the link of the particular page. As long as if it's a YouTube channel, it's pretty difficult to download using eDownloader, but if it's not a YouTube video, then you're good. So copy the link and then place it right into your eDownloader app, and click on I think if they have a download spot, just click on download and it does exactly that. Okay, so right now these are my absolute favorites. Wittygram also helps me to make my articles smaller, So there you have it. This is some of my absolute favorite tools that I use to create content. I also use Instagram, very, very wonderful tool, because you can find all sorts of ideas on Instagram for you to create content. Now, you could also ask me, how do I gain ideas? Because sometimes you start creating content and you start running out of ideas. I find that following people who are, also in your industry and who are doing DIYs and talking about the same thing that you're talking about or creating content helps, because as you see that content on Instagram and you read their content, new ideas sort of hit you. This happens to me a lot. Also, go and do your research. I find that when I'm reading stuff online, ideas for content just hits me. People write about these awesome articles on Medium, on Google, and as I look at those articles, I'm like, oh, this would be a wonderful, an idea just hits you. This is a wonderful idea. Another way I get ideas or concepts for content would be from the questions that people ask me on Instagram. People ask me questions and say things like, how do I do this, or how do I do that? And someone could ask you a question like, don't you reduce your pricing? Can I bargain? And you could create an entire content surrounding why you don't allow bargaining. Just things like that. A video content to explain it, not necessarily because your product is awesome, but tell them exactly how bargaining works against them, the customer, versus against you, the business owner. I'm thinking about something I'm missing regarding how to create value content for your brand. If I'm missing anything, send me a DM on my Instagram at diamondoko and I will answer, or just send me an email. If you know, and you're scrolling down on this page, you're going to see exactly how to contact me. Or just go to my contact page on the website if you're watching this on the website and send me an email and I'll answer your question. On to the very next phase of the video.
Going to take advantage of me being in a thoughtful mode. You know, while I'm not at my most hyped and not my most hyped, my normal, I just really want to speak right to camera and make it very perfectly clear. It's the practicality, it's the dirty stuff that really matters. It's the practicality, it's the putting on the pants and doing your thing. It's the actions that are really going to determine what happens. And so just a whole lot of talking in the system. And I talk a lot about do your actions match your ambition? And so many of you are so accustomed to consuming my content on full hype, wrestling promo mode. Maybe this tone will break through. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what everybody else says. It matters what you're gonna do. And just remember, you have a lot of fucking time to do it. A lot more than you think. So go do it.
So, just in case you're wondering, when are we going to start talking about how we're going to use it to make money? This is now, so we're starting. So, how do you use adding value for your brand to increase revenue and customer base? And no, I'm not going to just tell you, oh, post content on your Instagram and use hashtags and people will find you. That is great, but what I'm trying to explain here are, steps that you could use for your website, for your Instagram, for your all other social media handles, including Facebook, to actually grow your customer base and to grow your revenue using adding value, or like I like to call it, content marketing, okay? So the very first step in doing this is that you have to create 10 pieces of content. Not one, not two, 10. It's very challenging to do this because while you're creating content, you have to keep posting stuff up on Instagram. So this is what I did, when I was trying to start doing this, is I first of all started with just posting stuff on Instagram to kind of get an idea of what I was doing. If you go too big at a go, like at the same time, you might hurt yourself. So it's always better to just sort of like start small and then grow out from there. So what I did was I created the first content and the second content and the third content, and gradually I was getting the hang of it. So don't just jump right in, okay? But one key thing that really shaped my ability to now go to the next step, which is creating a lot of content, both for building my revenue and also for my Instagram and social media handles, was that I wasn't just creating one content and leaving, one content and leaving. I was also writing down content ideas. Okay, so I really wish I could pull up my Instagram. Maybe when you're watching this, I'm going to pull up my Instagram, my pages notes. And on my pages notes, you're going to see all these things that I want to create content on, different things. I have videos for IG, content for IG, PDF, courses, so many things just there. So as I get ideas, when I'm out with friends, when I'm working, when I'm reading, when I'm taking my bath, when I'm eating, an idea just hits me. I go and I write it down, I type it into my phone. So, that's exactly what you should. If you look at this, is like my notes, and as you look at this note, there's just so much stuff in it, and it's just like that. If I don't have my phone, I don't want to open my phone. I just rush. You could even use sticky notes. So I rush and I write it down. I just write down an idea, anything, so that I don't forget it. So later on, when I'm just trying to pick a content to create next, it's there. Okay, so what you can do is open your notes app on your phone where you can write stuff and just write content for IG. And as you just start creating it gradually, when you're creating content number one or sourcing a video, other ideas will start coming to your mind. You just type them in, keep downloading your video, keep sourcing, type it in just like that, type it in just like that, and by the time you have created the first one, second one, uploaded the video, done this, done that on Instagram, you will start immediately finding, the time or finding the energy to do more than just one content. So That's, what you do at phase 1. Okay, so you're not going to ask me, how do you create? Because if you go through my page, I create tons and tons and tons and tons of content. So how do you create all that kind of content, both for conversion and both for your page, and provide such level of content to your readers 24/7? And how I do this is actually pretty simple, is that I wake up every day at 4:30, 5 a.m. and I put together something that I want to do, or I go to bed pretty late, and that's like 12 a.m. I make sure to go to bed at 12, at 12. I'm really, really forcing myself not to go beyond 12 because I still have to wake up the next morning again by 5. So, and I wake up and I try to create content in the morning or source content while I'm reading, doing my morning reading or going through stuff, And so another way that I'm able to do this is that I have an album on my photo album I call content for IG as well. So as I'm reading stuff on Instagram or I see a tweet, I screen grab it. I don't allow it to just be, in the same place as all my pictures. I select it and I send it to my album so that anytime I'm trying to create content I will just go to the album and there'll be tons and tons of content there for me to gather. The third thing that I do that's super, super, super helpful for me is using the weekends. So you can actually donate an entire Saturday or Sunday to content creation. It's stressful, I will not lie. Content creation is super, super hard. I really wish I had someone else I was partnering with to build this business, but I don't. So I have to create all the content myself. And it's really, 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 it's tough. So that's how I'm able to balance and create content for, my conversion as well as content for my page. So on to the second thing. After you've done taking it baby steps, you have to create 10 pieces of content. So you have to, once you've hit 10, you start developing on those content ideas that you've had. If it's a video, fine, create the video just like what you're watching now. You create a video for people with your phone and they're going to watch it. If you're going to do a webinar, if you're going to do a podcast, whatever it is you want to do, if you're going to do write-ups, infographics for your business rather, whatever it is you decide to do, just start building on them. Now, once you've been able to build completely on your 10 pieces of content, we're on to the next phase. The next phase is number 2, which is creating a conversion funnel. Lots of people will call this lead generation funnel, but this is not just lead generation funnel. Lead generation funnel is you creating a funnel to collect leads from people, and that's that. And then maybe start pitching them your product, or for some people, pitching them just content for the sake of pitching them content. No, this is a very different funnel because you're creating it for one purpose and one purpose only. You're creating it so that you can convert the people who you get through this funnel into paying and active customers for your brand, okay? You are creating it because you want to increase revenue. So the second step is to create a conversion channel or funnel. So how do you do this? The first step to doing this is that you have to create a sign-up form for your business, and you have to set up a landing page. So how do you set up a sign-up form on the landing page? I know most people don't have laptops, so this is something that you can do with your phone. It's actually pretty easy to do. I have a complete guide on how you can do this for your brand coming up. If you want it, go to my bio on Instagram and just simply click on courses, or even go through the website if you're watching this on the website and click on courses. So when you click on courses, you're going to see a sign up form pop up. Just enter your sign up immediately, and once it's ready, I will send it to you. Another thing is, if you're done with this entire video, how to create your conversion funnel and every other part of it, and you find that it's going to be super, super overwhelming for you, maybe you have a 9-to-5, maybe you have kids, and you're going to need help, you can hire us to do it for you. You can hire us to help you set up a conversion funnel, create content for your target market that would actually convert them. And we will do that for your business, and all you have to do is pay the fee. So if that's where you're at currently in your business, it's fine. We can help you do that. But then if you want to do this by yourself because you're tight on funds, it's pretty easy to do, and we'll also help you do that. It's a win-win. Okay, great. So Back to conversion funnel, the first thing is you have to create a landing page and a sign up form. For the landing page, if you have a laptop, Ucraft landing page as ucraft.com. They have a wonderful landing page resource that's completely free. And the best part of Ucraft is that you can actually connect your existing domain name to your Ucraft landing page, which means that you can have a .com name without paying anybody a dime for your website. The second part of this would be for you to use this website called Launch Acco. That's Launch LAUNCH and Acco ACO.com. Okay, Launch Acco LAUNCH ACO.com. Now, when you go to Launch Acco, you can literally create a landing page on there for your business and to create your conversion funnel. The second part, as I mentioned, would be you could decide to use a sign-up form. But then your sign-up form really has to be connected to a landing page. The landing page is where you explain exactly why the person reading should take the chance and fill in the information that you want them to fill. Wow, for you to actually benefit so much from this, you have to get some of our courses. We have some free courses and we have some paid courses that could actually help you make the most of understanding this fully if you want to try it yourself. And our courses are pretty affordable. We have courses that range from 1,500 to 2,500 naira. So this would actually help you see the step-by-step guide, like with pictures and everything, for how you can set up your landing page on Launch Acco and how you can set up your sign-up form. Because why I'm saying this is when setting up your landing page, there are certain key things you have to take into consideration. For example, your landing page should also be able to convert people. And if your landing page cannot convert people, it cannot get people to use your sign-up form. And this means that you have to have the right headline. It means that you have to have the right keywords. It means that you have to set up your buttons in a way that actually gets people's attention. It means that it has to be simple, clean, and easy to read, amongst so many other things. It has to have your USB plastered all over. So if you really want to maximize this, go to the courses panel on the website or the courses button and get the course on how to I think it's just sign up for courses and pick the course you want, and you're going to get someone to send you exactly the course that you've asked for. Okay, we're back. We're going to go on a short break and then we're going to be back. And on this short break, we're going to move on to step 2 of creating the conversion funnel.
The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother, right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother, right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother, right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, right about now. About now, about now, about now. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother, right about now, the Funk Soul Brother, check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother, check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother, right about now, the Funk Soul Brother.
We're back. So after you have created your landing page, you have to create your sign-up form. And your sign-up form, I advise people to use, I personally love Typeform so much. It's such a great tool. But if you don't have a laptop and you don't want to go to a cyber cafe, you could actually use MailChimp. MailChimp.com, they have such wonderful sign-up form that you can actually use and set up on your phone. It's very mobile friendly for your business. So I was going to say, and this is just a small distraction from what we're trying to say, is if you don't have a laptop, just go to a cyber cafe. Okay, you can pay 300 naira, sit down there for an hour and set up your Ucraft landing page. If you have the guide on your phone, if you have our course guide, it will be super easy for you to set up your Ucraft landing page. Super easy. And any landing page, even Launch Acco as well. So, okay, great. So once you go to MailChimp and set up your sign-up form, there are certain things also that make a sign-up form You don't want people to get to sign up form and then walk away, because then it's like you just put in all your hard work for nothing. You actually want people to get to sign up form and input their data, like and boom, okay? So what do you do at sign up form? Read the course guide. You're going to find out what you're going to do and the step-by-step guide process. But then here are some things that I want you to take note of when you're creating your sign up form is, number one, keep it short. Please don't decide to come and start asking us our name, address, zip code, postal code, location, what we like, this one, that one. Unless, of course, you really need that piece of information to offer us or to help us, like to give us the offer that you have mentioned, you know, that you're going to give us, that you're going to give us, that had already led to you creating this conversion funnel. That I will explain after this. So please, when you're setting up your sign up form, keep it at name, phone number, and email address. Finito. Don't ask for any other thing. Don't ask for too much. You can say maybe location. Once it passes 5 things that somebody has to fill in, please shut down. It's no longer working, okay? So just ask for name, email address, phone number, and maybe one more thing that you really, really need. Unless what the person is signing up for is going to need more than just that. That's the only situation where asking people for like 1,000 things makes sense, okay? Also, the sign-up form is not when you decide to become a graphic designer. When you start trying to add petals here and use pink and use green. Just pick a color. Just pick one color and use it. Let your background just be not too distracting. I personally I'm a minimalist, so I go for like white and black. That's it. I don't go for any other extra. If I must pick an extra, it has to be something that would not be too distracting. If you must pick a color though, don't pick outside white. Don't pick a color that will make somebody want to sleep on your sign-up form. Pick a color that will excite someone, like green, like yellow, like pink, like purple. Fun colors. Don't go and pick a color that is like gray. So when they land on your sign-up form and they're not even excited to sign up. Okay, you want to pick a color that really, really makes somebody excited. Me, I stick with white and black. Love it. On your sign-up form as well, try to make your sign-up button stand out. So it's cool to pick a color to attach to, you know, your button. Even if you're using a white background like I normally do, your sign-up form can be in green or yellow, just a color of red. If you go to Foundr.com, most of their buttons and their sign-up forms are in red. So, you know, that's what you use to do that for yourself, okay? Okay, so once you've set up your sign-up form on Typeform.com or Jotform.com or MailChimp, I personally just use MailChimp. I personally use MailChimp when I'm trying to do stuff on my phone, or Typeform when I'm trying to do stuff on my laptop. The next thing that you're going to have to do is to start looking at what you're going to offer someone to make them sign up. Because for you to create an effective conversion funnel, you actually need someone to sign up. If they aren't signing up yet, if they don't have a good reason to sign up, they're not going to sign up. And this means that you have to be creating an offer for them. So an offer is, what are you giving me in exchange for my contact information? It's that simple. You see how you wanted to watch this video training and then you came all the way to my website, you signed up on a landing page, you filled in a sign up form, and then you're watching this video. What I'm offering you is this free training. What you have offered me is your contact information. It's business, you know, so nothing is ever free. In this case, what you're offering, what they're going to be offering you is their contact information, their email address, their phone numbers, and their full name so that you can follow up with them after they have gotten your free training. So basically what they're doing is giving you the license to get into their email box, follow up with them, and advertise to them directly things that are going to be valuable to them, including your products or your services. So if what you're offering them is not valuable, they're most likely not going to sign up, or few people are going to sign up for your form, okay? So you have to think of a problem that they're having that they really need a solution to. Take, for example, if you go to kingkong.com.au right now, or the au.com, I don't know how their own URL is. Once you click on, just Google kingkong.com.au or King Kong Business, okay? Once you Google King Kong business, it comes up, you're going to see them. They're an Australian company. Now, when you click on the website, what you're going to see is how, I think it's explode your sales in 90 days or something like that. There's a sign up button right there. Explode your, and when you see something like that, it's exciting. You know, who doesn't want to increase their sales? Even me, I signed up because it's like, explode my sales in 90 days. Woof, I'm in. Exactly. So, you know, it's such a catchy headline. So when you have to pick a wonderful offer that will really grab people's attention. This is not the time to go simple. Look for a need, a problem that your target market has. Take, for example, people that love bag shopping. Yeah, so you could decide to research a particular problem that they have, for example, and then create a sign-up funnel for them. It could be, instead of trying to offer them a value content, you could just decide to say, get free delivery the first time you shop with us. Get 15% off the first time you shop with us. And then you create a sign-up form and, you know, and a landing page with that offer. When people see get 15% off, click here. If somebody wants to shop, they will go and click, because who doesn't like discounts? Who doesn't like something nice? Who doesn't like free? Who doesn't like a woof? So they definitely will go and click, yeah? So you have to pick a very, very attractive offer. The second thing is that you have to use a very powerful headline. These two are attached together, picking an offer and connecting it with a powerful headline. You know, if you use something that is not, if you might have a catchy offer, but the way you say it will not make sense. Take, for example, there are lots and lots of people who have newsletters for their businesses, and then they'll say, join our community. That's all. Why would I want to join your community? So that you advertise to me every single time and tell me 45% off, shop this, shop now, and disturb my email. Most people do not want to do that, so most people will just walk away. Imagine if they instead said, get free delivery the first time you shop for us. Buy two, get one. Okay. If I wanted to shop, I'd be like, let me just sign in. Use our code to get 50% off when you're paying, or at checkout point. This is how lots and lots of online businesses actually collect customer leads, customer information. That's leads, it's customer information, and then market to them continuously via email, via SMS, in other formats. So as I said, create your landing page is the first phase for conversion channel, is that you have to create your landing page and your sign-up form. The second phase is that you have to bring up an offer that people really want. The second step, and also attach it with a strong headline. So whatever you bring up, attach it to a headline that is really, really attractive. You know, if you go back to where you signed up for this particular video, it was my headline that actually got you thinking. You know, I used the headline that you were like, oh, I want what she's offering. And then you signed up. You wanted to see if this is actually something that's going to add value. So use a very good headline for your landing pages, and you're going to have more and more people sign up, okay? Now, once you've done this, once you've set this up, you have your offer, you have your landing page, you have your signing form, thumbs up. I'm so proud of you. Once you do it, know that I'm so proud of you. And then it goes to number 3, like the next phase after your landing page and this, the very next point is that you have to create a conversion process. So normally when people create lead generation funnels, they stop there. What they start doing is sending someone email and saying 45% off, 35% off, shop now, new collection, blah, blah, this, that. And then the person ends up unsubscribing from your newsletter. And so what you have to do is to actually convert this person into a paying customer, because I could sign up for 15% off. I could sign up for your PDF and finish reading your PDF and go away. So what do you do after that point? What you do is you create a conversion process that will take this customer, you know, from where they are when they sign up to where you want them to be, which is paying for your product or service. Now, why is creating a conversion process so very important? Why can't you just offer them anything like the 15% off and start marketing your business? It is because every time a customer comes in contact with your brand, for every 10 customers who find you via, you know, referrals or via adverts, or just find you via explore on social media, for all of those customers, 90% of them are not ready to actually pay. If there are 10 of them, maybe 10 of them aren't even ready. And if you're lucky, maybe 2 or 3 of them are ready to pay. It's never a huge number of people who land on your website or who land on your social media handle that's ready to pay. And you have to figure out a way to convert those people, because the small percentage of people who actually pay, it's cool, you're happy. But that is also why a lot of customers complain and say things like, see what I'm doing right now? I just had this wonderful idea for content. I'm not showing you. Okay, so back to business. So that is also why customers complain and they're like, my sales are slow. Your sales are slow because you're still focusing on this small percentage of people who land on your page and who are ready to buy from you. And the worst is that you're not even trying to leverage those people so that they can bring more money, buy more from you and increase your revenue. You're only looking for that one sale. You're not actually trying to make the most out of this person. So if you really want to grow your business, you really want to grow your customer base, you really want to increase your revenue, you have to go beyond just that small percentage of people who are looking to buy from you immediately to those people who aren't looking to buy from you immediately. What exactly am I talking about here? If you do not know, there's something called the buyer's journey. Every single buyer that comes to your page or all members of your target customers are at a starting point in their buying process, okay? Now, very few of them are already at a point where they need a solution right away. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Is that most of your buyers, they are on this journey, and they're on a journey where they are is, where they're not yet paying you for stuff, where they've not found you, but they are all on a journey to look for solutions to problems they don't know that they have or they know that they have. Now, it is not left for you as the business owner, as the person that's trying to sell them your solution, to join them on this journey and help them from point one to the goal, which is the goal here being the solution that you're providing them, to the goal being solution to their problem. When you abandon them during the buyer's journey because you're so busy saying, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, what happens is another business comes again to say, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. And another business, and all of a sudden you're competing with all these people for their attention. And when that kind of a thing is happening, usually the only thing that the person starts looking at is just price and reviews, and that's it. Versus when you have this buyer and you come on the buyer's journey and you start trying to educate them and teach them exactly what they should be looking for in a solution to their problem, how they can even start solving their problem on their own, how easy it is for them to find solutions and where they aren't looking. You find this buyer a lot more conscious that even price and reviews alone will not make him, it's not enough anymore for him to choose someone to pay, okay? What you're doing is you're now taking that buyer on their buyer's journey from step 1, step 2, from each junction to the next junction, until you get them to a place where they say, oh, I'm ready to pay. I'm ready. Now I can pay for this, okay? But most business owners chicken out on this journey. They abandon the buyer and they just disappear, okay? And they say the buyer did not want to buy from them. So what you're trying to do with the conversion channel is to be a part of the buyer's journey, to take their hand, and as they're traveling, you're just there all the time. You're not always saying buy, 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 buy. What you're doing is educating them. This is what you should be looking for in your solution. These are ways you can solve your problem by yourself. And in the process, what you're now doing for your business is you're building their trust in you as the business owner. You're getting them to be more connected to you than they'll be connected to every other person coming to them to say, buy, 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 buy. And you're also increasing the desire in them for a solution. You're increasing the desire in them to give back. But beyond all of this, why the conversion process is super important is that it leverages one particular human weakness. And it's that the more you get something from someone, if someone is constantly giving you, there's this need that starts coming up for you to give back to them, for you to one day make them proud, for you to help them in any way that you can. And when the time to help them comes, you're always excited to do so, okay? So that is exactly why you have to create a conversion process. Now, the conversion process is made up of value. 80% value, 20% pitch. What do I mean by this is that the conversion process involves you now going to those your 10 value contents and then offering it to your customer at different phases of their buyer journey, okay? So the buyer journey starts with them just coming in contact with your brand. The first thing that you have done in the conversion is create the conversion funnel, which is where you set up an offer and then you build a landing page and a sign-up form. So for an e-commerce person, you said get 15% off the first time you shop. They land on your page and your content is amazing. You have wonderful pictures, wonderful value content. They listen to you, they've seen your face, and then they read in your bio, get 15% off, and they say, okay, let me just sign up for this person because I love their products. I would love to buy from them. And then they click the sign up button and they sign up. Now they've signed up. The very thing that you have to do in the conversion process is think of the most pressing problem that they have in your industry and then go and give them the solution to that problem. So it could be that they are always spending money buying fake bags that end up peeling. Take for example, people that buy bags, they have issues with bags that peel. So you could you can find a video on the internet that shows them how to solve these issues with peeling bags and how to avoid it, or how to spot leather bags that peel, and then send it to them. Okay. So when you send it to them, in the right there in their mail, you use a catchy headline. Okay, you say something like how I'm trying to think of a headline. You can say check this out, it will be super helpful to you, or hey, this will be super helpful to you, or did you know this, or I use this method to solve the problem of peeling bags. The point is that your headline has to be something that gets them curious and gets them to want to open, your email. Now they open the email and they see your value content and it's solving a pressing problem for them. This particular point, you're not pitching them anything. But what you're going to use this content to do is start selling them your business without them even knowing. So after you have created this video, you can write an introduction and say, I used to be a huge bag shopper and I know how much peeling bags was a huge problem for me. Even when I began my business, I made loss of a certain amount of money from peeling bags. Can you imagine that? And then you say, which is why I started investing in bags that don't peel. So you've already told the person, my bags are quality bags. So you get, without trying to pitch them. And you say, here is a video that would help you try to maintain your bags even though they're already peeling and reduce it. Or you say, here is a video that will help you spot fake bags from the original ones. When somebody reads that introduction, they click the video, they download it, and they watch it, and they see things that they've never seen before. They're like, really? I'll try this. Then they try it. What you've told this person is, my brand, we do original bags that don't peel, without them even noticing so much, but subconsciously it has registered. And then secondly is, I know what I'm doing. I know about my industry. So when they watch that video and they gain that value, they're excited. What happens at this point is that, first of all, your brand name sticks in their head. That's the first thing that happens. If they got that email from Mama Mia, that's your company, Mama Mia will just stick at the back of their mind because you're using value to enter them. Okay? So they do that. You're not offering them anything. You're just pitching them. Okay? The second part is after 1 week, because you don't want to spam them. The worst thing you want to do to your brand is to spam people. Remember that this person is already following you on social media. So you are already in their face on social media, putting up content, showing videos of bags, pictures of bags, giving them value content already on social media. But in their mailbox, that is where you're trying to convert them from normal customers, from your target market who is not ready to pay or doesn't even know that they need your products, to people that are actually going to pay. I don't know if you get the difference. Social media is where you're just putting out content where 3% of people who are ready to buy will see you. But then this thing I'm trying to share with you, which is your conversion funnel, and this process is where you convert the other people who are not ready yet to buy from you into paying customers. Okay? So now once the person gets this email, you've sent out the first one. The second thing that you do is send another email a week later. Also, another content. The first one you sent was peeling bags. The second one you sent could be how to shop for bags, how to shop for designer bags at a discount. This is if you're like a budget store. So you get, if you're a budget store, you can go and source, you can tell them about More for Africa, how they can buy stuff from More for Africa for free. Yeah, ship stuff with More for Africa, for Africa from foreign countries, from the US, from places like Pretty Little Thing and Fashion Nova and all these cool stores and Forever 21, but then we don't have access to that in Nigeria. So you can send them that. And, understand that when you're doing this, you might think, am I not sending them away from my business? No. What you're doing is answering a question that they have had in their head. Because your own products are serious quality products. You are a budget store. Again, in that content, you write introduction. You explain to them that finding great deals for designer bags is such an important thing for you, which is why you started creating your own business to provide high quality bags at a cheap rate. So that not cheap, don't use the term cheap. Maybe you say at a premium price, or at 70% off what most of these designer people are selling their bags. And then after that, you say, but during your days, these are some of the websites that you used to shop from abroad that were selling some really nice bags for super, super cheap prices. Or for 70% off. Please, I keep saying cheap. Don't use cheap when you're trying to sell people. Just don't. I don't know. It's something that's just in my mouth today. So once you state that, the person sees it. The person is like, more value. Then they check it out. They see these awesome websites. And thank you. It's like, wow, thank you. And after listing this, the next thing that you can now do is you go to the bottom of your page and then you state right there at the bottom. So you get, apply your 15% off code to buy some of our newest collections by clicking here. So after you've introduced why you started the business, how this was a problem that you had and most of your friends had, and then giving them the link, you can now go ahead and now tell them that, and if they're done looking, that amongst other things, they could also use their 50% off to shop now from your site here if they want to. If not, sure you get. Now, once you do that for them, you can now say if they 50% off if they want to. Offer ends, 2 months after getting your discount. You're putting pressure on them gradually, but you have also given them value. You have also introduced them, to your business and telling them, high quality. So you're doing so many things in a mail without them even knowing that you're doing it. People often get a bit like, once you hear salesman, you get a bit, I don't want to hear, because you feel like this person is coming to advertise to you. But imagine when you're advertising to someone and they don't even know that you're advertising to them. That's what the conversion process is about. So for every step, you keep tweaking it. Remember the first time, all you did was just mention something about your business in passing. This second time now, you've mentioned your business, giving value, and then you've given them a place for them to apply their 15% off. The third time again, you provide another kind of value. Remember, you're constantly just providing them value. You also talk about your business. You go down again, you pitch them. You keep pitching them in different ways. So you can pitch them this really, really nice leather bag. You can pitch them all kinds of things, but in different ways without even making it look like you're pitching them in your mail. So you're always just doing this. You're always just doing this. And they are going with you. They're on a buyer's journey. They are moving with you. Some people will take action by email number 4. They will say, 15% off is going to end so and so day. Let me click. Okay? So that is how you do it. Now, there's some things that you can add to your email, aside from your headlines, that will really, really pop your email and make it, like, when they see those things, it helps convert them faster. Number 1 is images. Images are huge, images are so helpful when you're trying to do this. And how do you use images in your mail better? Simple. Use a newsletter that allows you to incorporate images into it. So the best tool for doing this kind of thing would be Revue. Revue, which is, if you're trying to go to their site, just Google Revue, R-E-V-U-E, Revue newsletter. Revue newsletter, R-E-V-U-E newsletter. Now, once you do that, you can see you'll find a newsletter that will allow you to send people content, value in their mailbox. You can add a video, you can add picture. Now, when they get that content, they can watch it, they can tap a link and go and watch it. They can also, read stuff all in the same place. You keep it short, Keep it simple, but keep it interesting, okay? If you're looking for images to spice up your email, use images of your product. Use images of, of yourself. If you're trying to do like a value content, you're writing about maybe 5 tips to do so, and you need images, go to unsplash.com. Unsplash.com provides you with tons and tons of free images. So you could just use those images on your own in your newsletter. The only thing they ask you is that you should just caption the images and write unsplash.com so that other people will see that you got this image from unsplash.com. That's all they're asking of you. And also you can say unsplash.com by, you will see the author, like the person that shot an image on every picture. Just screen grab it, read the person's name, write unsplash.com under the picture by, and name the photographer. So you want to keep your email interesting. If you're going to tell somebody 15% off to shop here, or use your code 15% to get 15% off now, ending in the next 2 weeks or ending 14 days from now. So you want to add an enticing picture there so that they can also see this beautiful bag, these beautiful shoes, or beautiful bags, and they'll be like, these things are nice, oh, let me see what they have. They'll click on that link and enter. Now, I don't know if you understand how this whole process is happening. So you're going to continue doing that. You're going to following them on that journey, and understanding their psyche. So you get. And as you do this, you're building trust, you're building brand loyalty. They're on Instagram. They're hearing from you every day. They come back home every week. Once a week, you're in their email with something that they haven't seen before. You're reminding them, bye, without actually screaming, bye. Okay? So once you have done this, the very next thing to know is, know the point where a customer is still shuffling their feet. You could have gotten to content number 7, and this customer still never shake body, or content number 6, or number 5. What you just do is send the person an email. Send them an honest email and say, hi dear, my name is so-and-so, I'm the founder of so-and-so. We noticed you still haven't used your code. We noticed that you haven't, how can we help you? How exactly can we help you, with bag shopping? Is there a challenge? We noticed you are not taking up the offer that, we are giving you. What is going on? In my case now, if I want to help, somebody to grow their business and I need them to sign up for like a course, what I will now do is to send this person an email and say, hi dear, it's Diamond here. How are you doing? I hope you've been getting value from my content. I hope business is going well. We noticed you haven't taken action on this course to help you grow your business revenue. We wanted to find out why. And then, tell the person you're hoping for a response from them. Send them the email, and that is it. Make it a very polite email, very respectful email, and show them that you actually do have a lot of respect and value for them. Now, when they read the email, some people are going to reply you, some people won't reply you. Another thing that you can attach to the email is you can send them a survey and just say, that they should click on a particular option if that is what is holding them back. Some of them are going to use it, some of them won't. Now, when you do that, send maybe 1 or 2 value content, still never shake body, pick up the phone and call them. Now, why are you doing this is you are now at that point where you have to delete from your funnel people who are just there, occupying space, collecting value and doing nada. Because there are people like that. These people are cold leads forever. So when you pick up the phone and call them, they might now tell you that they don't have money right now, but that they love what you're doing, and eventually they're going to buy from you. They might say, I don't really use leather bags. I just wanted to take your 15% off, but they will have all kinds of ridiculous answers. They will say, your prices are too high, I can't afford it. Now, when somebody tells you something like that, it tells you, this person is good for discount. When I have discount, I will reach out to them. You remove them from your hot leads or people that you're pursuing, and you just move them into the file for discount. What you're now trying to do is to separate all the leads that you have gotten from your conversion funnel, which brings us to stage number, I think this is number 4. So number 1 is landing page and sign up form. Number 2 is creating the conversion process, which is where we were. And then number 3, am I correct? Too much talk. Lord help me. And then number 3 would be here where we are right now, which is how do you now take this and turn them faster? People who are not, how do you generate the proper leads or separate the leads that you have gotten from your conversion funnel. Please understand that while lots and lots of people are going to enter your conversion funnel for the free offer you're giving, not all of them are going to end up being viable leads. And so you have to separate your leads from, even normally as a business, you have to separate your leads from existing customers. You have to separate your leads, from existing customers to new customers. Then also your leads from things like this, from the conversion funnel: hot leads, warm leads, cold leads. Hot leads are the ones that have clicked on your website to go and check out your website, but they have not really bought yet. So you know that they have clicked. So you get, because review, the tool I mentioned to you, is going to show you whether they clicked on your web link. Okay, so you know that this person has clicked on your web link, but they haven't bought. So that is a hot lead. Hot lead is someone that has sent you an email reply to say, thank you, this is such wonderful value. Those are hot leads. Hot leads are people in your email on Instagram who are constantly commenting. Those are hot leads. Hot leads is someone that has asked you, can I bargain? That is a hot lead. Warm leads are people who open your email all the time, but they haven't really started asking any questions. Cold leads are the ones who are not opening the email, are not commenting on Instagram, have never said, okay? And those are the ones that you really need to go and find out what is happening. If they are not going to pay you anytime soon, you will know whether to put them in sales group, whether to just delete them and cuckoo rest. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So I already mentioned calling. I already mentioned to you that you have to send the follow-up email where you start asking them what's going on, and then you also have to call them later. What I'm now going to explain to you is how, after all of this, you're going to scatter all your leads into these different groups when we get back. Okay, so how do you now separate these leads? How do you now pull out your leads and now say, oh, these are, cold leads, warm leads, and hot leads? Like I mentioned, just the signs for you to look out for. I mentioned them in the last video. So in this particular video, what you're now going to do is start sorting them. Already, review allows you you see all your subscribers. So you just look at this person's email, whoever at gmail.com or yahoo.com, pull them into a different newsletter altogether. Review doesn't let you create as many issues freely. So the platform that will let you do that will be MailChimp. Please, if you're going to use MailChimp, do not use a picture that you got from Google. They're going to block you. Or they're going to kind of like punish you for doing that. So if you really want pictures, just use Unsplash.com or use your own personal pictures. So what you're going to do here is just pick out people who are not clicking. As after you have followed up, send them emails, call them, and they didn't sound like they were enthusiastic yet, or that they were ever going to buy from you. The ones who are still warm, the people that say things like, I'm going to buy from you at some point, I promise, I just don't have money now. Okay, great. Warm leads, So you can take those ones and put them in warm leads. And the reason why you're doing this separation is that you're going to advertise to all these people separately. Take, for example, warm leads are people who tell you, I don't have money now, but I'm going to buy from you when it's time. So while you're still providing value content to all of them, warm leads are people that you let know about sales faster, because they're the ones that might consider buying from you when you have 15%, when you have another sales going on. 40% sales and things like that. So they are the ones that would do that. Warm leads are also super likely to be a part of your giveaway and all of that too. It's warm leads and help you to grow your brand either through goodwill, referrals, online competitions. Cold leads are also great in this area. You know, they are also perfect for you in this area. Please note that people use this term hot leads, warm leads, and cold leads very differently, and I'm applying it in explaining to you what you're doing with conversion here. Okay, so once you separate all these people, you would have to now market to them separately than you market to others. That's why you're doing this. So hot leads now, warm leads, cold leads. And cold leads for me are the people who you just know that you just keep giving them value, yeah, and things like that, and reminding them you exist. Every now and then one person from there will just move into warm leads or move into hot leads, and sometimes most of them surprise you, trust me. But be sure that once you do this and you now market to them on this level, you're going to continue to grow your business, because eventually they're going to convert to paying customers. It's a 10-step process. Okay, it takes a little bit of time. While you're still getting money from your 3%, you're also getting more customers from these other people who are not ready to buy from you, who don't even know that they need the solution to the problem that you have provided for them. I don't know if this video added value. I'm going to get from the comments that you're going to leave if you added value or not. I hope you did. For you to make the most, if you really want to start today to create your own conversion funnel, to create all these things that I mentioned here, use review. Please go to courses on the website, click on it, and sign up for the course that you want, and you're going to get it. Someone is going to send it to you. It's so important that you do this, because everything I've said here, you're going to find it pretty hard to actually put it into practice if you try to go off on your own. I'm telling you, if you try to go off on your own, you're going to find it pretty tough to do. So just go. It's very easy to get. Once you get it, you start putting it into practice. And also, getting that course gives you freedom to send me an email and I'll reply, or send any of my team people and they'll reply you. You know, people that I just work with. I don't have like a hired team yet, but I have people that I work with on a partnership level. And somebody could send you a reply, kind of, and regarding your question, if you need consultation, getting that course gives you access to 30 minutes free consultation with me right after you're done with setting up everything, or maybe while you're in the process of setting up everything and you get stuck, or when you're practicing it and you get stuck. Okay, another thing I want to point out is, if you really want this thing I have said now to work like work very fast, okay, you have to apply paid advertising. You have to pay for online ads. And I know people start getting scared and saying, I don't have money. This is what I want to say. Online ads don't even cost that much. It's not that difficult for you to create an online ad. All you have to do to set up an online ad is have a card that allows you to pay online, and make sure that your Instagram account is connected, or your face is connected to the appropriate ad account. It's a very long step process. Like I said, if you are really ready, please go back to courses, look for where you have how to the A to Z guide set up my online adverts, and just click on that, and somebody is going to reach out to you to give you the course. Okay, I have to write down another idea I got. It just hits me now. I know I'm not crazy. It's just ideas can hit you anytime, anywhere. Okay, so once you go there, someone is going to reach out to you to send you a course and say, this is what you're supposed to do to get the course, or this is the course, one of the two. So once you get these things, you're just flying. These are the things that you have to do to grow your business that most people around you aren't doing. Okay, another thing that will really help everything that you've learned in this training work is if your page is optimized. If your page is optimized, if your page is not optimized, nobody's even going to want to use your any offer, because they just look at your page and they're like, what kind of business is this? I'm not interested. Your page should immediately spark this huge interest and excitement in people that makes them actually want to take the offer that you're giving them, and also helps them to build that the tiny spark of trust that makes them go from what are they saying to, okay, these people actually look like the real deal. Okay, page optimization. If your page is still not optimized, darling, you need to set it up. And you'll be asking me, how do I optimize my page? Well, these are some areas to look at: your bio, your profile picture, your content, your images, your caption, your hashtags, your web link. It's a lot. And again, if you haven't done it, go back to courses and click on page optimization, and somebody will reach out to you. Okay, so that's just how it works. Growing business is tough. It's not easy, but I applaud you for really wanting to do this. Entrepreneurship is hard. Like, anybody that says I'm an entrepreneur, I look at them like one eye. I'm like, entrepreneurship is tough. It's not easy. So you should be really proud of yourself. What you're doing, most people are not doing. Okay, give your business a year. Put these things into practice. Don't just watch and don't take action. Don't get the courses and then just go home. After you try on day one, you're like, I'm exhausted. Nope. Put them into practice and watch your business grow. Okay? Because practice. There's no magic pill here. It takes time, it takes consistency. But a month to 3 months in, you're going to start seeing the difference. You will start seeing the difference that most of these things are going to make on your business. Am I speaking Spanish? Okay, great. So before we go, I'm just going to mention a couple of simple rules that you have to apply when you're actually trying to use everything that you have learned here. Please, for every email, don't send the same kind of content over and over again. Switch up your videos. You can send them a video tutorial, you can send them an article, you can send them a puzzle, just things, all kinds of content. Make it fun. Every single time they click, it should be something new and refreshing, okay? So there's that. And another very important rule is try to build your conversion funnel and your conversion process. Build everything before you even run an ad, before you start talking about it in your bio. Right now, as I'm talking to you, one of the challenges I'm having is that I managed to set up all these things that I'm trying to do that I feel overwhelmed. I'm trying to do all of them at the same time, and it's weighing down on my shoulders. Imagine if I had already set this up before I even talked about it, before I even started telling people we are doing this, we are doing that, before I even, imagine, I would have already known I can't do everything as fast as I want to at the same time, and I would just be taking it one by one. So now I'm suffering it because I already mentioned a couple of things and I have to get those things done, or else people will not take you seriously anymore. So there's that. There is that, okay? Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video tutorial. I really hope that you learned so much from this. I hope that it added value. If you have any question, you get a chance to send me one question, either via DM or via my email address, which is on the contact me page of the website. So if you have any questions, shoot me the question and I promise I will answer. Okay? One question. Thank you for watching and I wish you the very best. Bye-bye.